Imagine a man once linked to terrorism now shaking hands with the global leaders, and that is precisely the story of Ahmed al-Sharaa, better known as al-Jolani, Syria's new interim president. In a stunning turn of events, al-Sharaa has emerged from the shadows to the global stage, displacing the previous president Bashar al-Assad and winning recognition from some of the world's most influential leaders, and that also on the global stage. It all began with a dramatic shift. Saudi Arabia's Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman welcomed al-Sharaa with open arms during a high-profile visit by US President Donald Trump in mid-May this year. What followed was a domino diplomatic effect. After this, Arab states began recognizing this new regime, hoping for a stable Syria and a change or a chance to rebuild the war-torn country. The move was also strategic, undermining Iranian influence in Syria after Israel dealt blow to Iran-backed groups like Hezbollah and Hamas. Now, al-Sharaa's rise wasn't just about replacing the old President Assad, it was also about rewriting the region's power dynamics. Once seen as a militant leader, he is now being discussed as a possible participant in the Abraham Accords. And this is a series of peace deals between Israel and Arab nations. Now, Trump, who is very eager for a diplomatic win on the global stage, has been pushing Saudi Arabia to normalize ties with Israel, a move conditional on a viable Palestine state. But Israel's ongoing actions in Gaza have strained that path, with Trump reportedly frustrated with Netanyahu's continued offensives in Gaza. Meanwhile, the region's chessboard is full of tensions, and I should say full of pawns. Turkey and Israel rivalry, US pressure on its NATO allies and Turkey, and Trump's personal dynamics with leaders like Erdogan and Netanyahu are all complicating this geopolitical picture. Technical teams from Turkey and Israel have even met in Baku and Azerbaijan twice, trying to avoid direct conflict, particularly over Syria. But back home, al-Sharaa faces even more challenges, I should say enormous challenges. Reveals the humanitarian crisis in Syria is staggering. 15 million people need health services, 13 million face severe food insecurity, and over 620,000 people are displaced. Infrastructure is devastated, with the damaged Tristan Dam limiting water and electricity for nearly 500,000 people. In response, Trump's administration has lifted sanctions on Syria, the US sanctions, including personal bans on al-Sharaa and his Interior Minister Ahmed, the travel ban. The European Union followed the suit, promising economic aid to rebuild war-torn Syria. Even China is stepping in, signing cooperation agreements for industrial investments over and near Damascus. But they should be care about the economic debt trap. There is growing pressure on countries like India as well to provide humanitarian aid and engage diplomatically despite its ongoing tensions with Turkey. Now, al-Sharaa for now is riding a wave of international support, clearly. But it is a fragile piece, you have to understand this. Without genuine political reforms, national dialogue, and inclusive government, Syria risks slipping back into the chaos. The question is, can a man once tied to jihadist groups now deliver democracy, empower women, and balance hardliners and moderators? His ability to reinvent himself and Syria will be closely watched across the globe. If he succeeds, Syria could re-emerge as a stabilizing force in the region, but if he fails, the consequences will be catastrophic. For now, the spotlight is on al-Sharaa, but the real test lies ahead. Can he turn fragile calm into lasting peace? That is to be seen.